Welcome to Social Aloe Ministries, where we are committed to glorifying God and exposing the devil. Some of you are on a journey. You've been waiting on the Lord, prayerfully, faithfully, and you're asking the Lord, Lord, what is taking you so long? And this little drawing right here kind of illustrates what you're going through, the journey that you're on. But at the same time, it points to how the Lord, what happens when He intervenes. As you can see, based on this illustration, many of you are on a path, and if you could just take the straight path, it'd be so easy. And for some of you, it may seem as if you're on a straight path. But the thing is, the distance that you know or you discern that you need to travel, it is just taking such a long time for you to travel that distance. And maybe wondering, when is the Lord going to do something? It may seem as if it's never going to happen. And with this drawing, I say in a sense you're trying to get from here to there. And the way it's drawn, it's actually a profile of Jamaica. And I liken this area to the city of Kingston, which is in the southern part of Jamaica, and then the beach in Ocho Jamaica. And it's like you're trying to get there. And for some of you, it's like you're going uphill. And it's a long, arduous journey. But the thing is, when you're doing things by yourself, or before the Lord actually steps in to make things happen, this is what it may look like to you. When the Lord steps in, what seemingly was going to take forever, suddenly He starts closing the gap. And what seemed like it was going to take forever, suddenly you get from here to there. So again, it looks like that. Then you go from here to there. Now, I did take some time to make that drawing, but there's actually a scriptural reference for what I just illustrated. In John's account of Jesus walking on water, in John 6, verse 15, it states, "So Jesus, perceiving that they were intending to come and take him by force, to make him king, withdrew himself to the mountain by himself alone. Now, when evening came, his disciples went down to the sea, and after getting into the boat, or a boat, they started across the sea to Capernaum. It had already become dark, and Jesus had not yet come to them." So we're speaking about the Sea of Galilee. The sea began to be stirred up because of a strong wind was blowing. Then, when they had rowed about 3 or 4 miles, they saw Jesus walking on the sea and drawing near to the boat, and they were frightened. But he said to them, "It is I, do not be afraid." So they were willing to receive him into the boat, and immediately the boat was at the land to which they were going. A couple of things. They began rowing, and the strong wind was blowing. There are times when you're on a journey and you are striving. You are trying to make it there. Now in Zechariah 4:6, it is written, "Not by might, nor by power, but by my Spirit, says the Lord." Now, we partner with the Lord in a lot of things. Like at the Red Sea, Moses cried out to the Lord. And interesting, the Lord was like, "Why are you crying out to me?" And he told him, "What's in your hand?" And he told him about raising his staff to part the Red Sea. And that's what happened. So Moses partnered with the Lord in order to make the miracle happen. So there are times when we need to do things. We at least need to be in a state of readiness, preparedness, for when the Lord decides to act on our behalf. So they're trying to get to the other side of the Sea of Galilee. to Capernaum. And they were about 3 to 4 miles out in the sea. Now it depends on where they left from regarding how far it was. But other accounts, like in Matthew, basically tells us that they were out in the middle of the sea. And I'm not sure if you caught this, which is encapsulated, which was captured in the illustration I gave with a piece of paper. It says, so they were willing to receive him into the boat, and immediately the boat was at the land to which they were going. So they had been striving for a while. They had gone 3 to 4 miles, but as soon as Jesus got in the boat, immediately they were on the other side. Likewise, there are things that you're waiting on the Lord for, and He's indeed watching over His words, and He is hastening to perform them. And sometimes the Lord may have even told you, like He told Jeremiah, that He's watching over His words, and He's hastening to perform them. But His haste doesn't seem very hasty. But the moment the Lord acts on your behalf, that's when the Red Sea parts for you. That's when, as soon as He gets in the boat with you, that area that you've been striving in, next thing you know, you're on the other side. Doors that had been closed suddenly open because the Lord is with you. Now, He's always with you, but when He decides to act on your behalf, nothing can stop Him, which means nothing's going to stop you. Something I was inspired to post on Facebook earlier is that God is still able. He is. And He will never have to apologize to you for not being able to fulfill a promise, especially because He made a promise and the devil did something unexpected. That'll not be the case. And an example the Lord had me use in that was Luke 1:37. How after the angel of the Lord, Gabriel, spoke to Mary and told her the Lord was going to bless her with the Messiah. And even though she had not known a man, that she was going to get pregnant. And the angel told her that with God, all things are possible. When He gets in the boat, doors open. When He gets in the boat with you. And I've also used the term relationship, like a ship representing a relationship. And it's about how you relate on ship. When the Lord gets in that relationship with you, He partners with you. You partner with Him. Watch how quickly His words come to pass. So again, while you're waiting, do not just stand still. Be ready for the Lord to act, so that when He does, you'll be able to walk into your promise. So again, some of you are striving. You may be on a straight path, or a seemingly straight path, and you're wondering why you're not there yet. You may be going like over a mountain, much like the mountain or the hill that, actually mountain, if you're traveling from Jamaica from northern to the southern or southern to the northern side, you have to go across a mountain. And you'll see vehicles that are driving fast on flat terrain, but they go to a screeching halt in a sense, going over those mountains. But when they're going downhill, things pick up. So when the Lord gets in the boat with you, things will pick up. And also in accordance with Revelation 3, Jesus is the one who has the keys of David. He opens doors that no one can shut, and He shuts doors that no one can open. So the disciples, striving, trying to get to their location, to Capernaum, but as soon as Jesus got in the boat with them, next thing you knew, they were on the other side. Likewise, when the Lord gets in the boat with you, you'll be on the other side quicker than you expected. God bless you.